And if anybody wants to go ahead and introduce yourself, just say a little bit about yourself, what you do, and then what are you looking to learn from tonight? Oh, and what I'm looking for to learn tonight is just everything. I've been learning from just talking to Angel a little bit, that there is a lot of things that I did not know about, like how you prepare for your taxes and just certain things like that. So I'm looking to get all those goodies for tonight. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Dorian Stringfellow. I am a tax professional with One Stop Taxes. I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 years. I'm also a insurance agent with uh, PHP, and I actually just came across this. I think Angel had some invite because she's a really close friend of mine. That's my sis. I love her to death. Just her to get some more gems. You can never know everything when it comes to um, taxes or whatever you guys are having to offer today. I'm all for it. So that's why I'm here, and that's who I am.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Melissa says she can't hear. Try going out and coming back in. So, oh, you can't hear. Let me type it in the chat. Anybody else want to go? Come on, y'all, don't be scared. Where you at, Maya? Danielle. Any of you ladies free to talk?
My name
I
is
can
Danielle
go.
from originally Alabama, but I live in Florida. I do roofing sales. Since I've been here the past almost 5 years, I've not filed taxes. So I got about $1 million worth of taxes to file. And so I know nothing about it, and I don't want to pay the IRS like $100,000. So I work for my money. I keep my money. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I hope you can get the clarity around it on today. Because when I hear is, you know, it could be your friend if you learn it, right, Angel?
Right.
Thank you for sharing, Danielle. Anybody else want to go? Cherry, you free? Maya says she's
Yeah, I
shy.
can go.
Okay, go ahead, Cherry.
Hey, so I'm Cherry. I am one of the mods of Sis Get Up. I currently own a salon and boutique, plus size boutique. I have been in business for 10 years. I have had my own retail location for 7. I am also a micro influencer, so I have the ability to promote and get your brands in front of eyes that has not seen you yet. I currently do not charge a fee because I don't promote anything that I do not believe in. I am also the co-chair of a Pandora inspired line for my 13-year-old, and I also am a co-chairman for my son's sneaker company, and he also is a real estate investor. So if you guys need any help, you can always reach out to me and Sis Get Up, or you can message me. My name is Cherry Lewis on Facebook.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Cherry, anything you looking for tonight specifically? Or today? I'm so used to doing this at night.
I just really want to learn and listen because I do have a situation that I'm going through right now with the IRS. Just a little hiccup, but hopefully I can listen and learn. If not, I can just like schedule something with the speaker and see what she has to say about it.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Hi, Rakita. We so happy to have you. We are just sharing a little bit about ourselves and then what we're hoping to gain tonight. Anybody else want to go ahead before we get ready to get started?
Don't be shy, you guys. It's an open conversation.
Yes, let's learn about you.
The more I know about your tax situation, the more I can help. All right. How you doing? How's everyone doing?
We are good. How are you?
I'm fine. There go my face.
There you go.
All right. I don't have any questions, but I do have I do have a few questions.
it ain't for me, but it just maybe a few people maybe reached out to me about a few things. So, maybe that we can discuss that, but no questions right now.
Okay. Tell us about yourself. What do you do, girl?
I am a tax professional with Angel. I'm partnered with Angel
Okay.
this year.
Let me see your hoodie. Let me see the hoodie. Oh, kind of nice.
That is cute. I love it.
It is comfy too, so I'm like, this might go some hoodie for I gotta find me some cute boots.
For the rest of the year, sis.
Yes.
Those are cute.
I am an insurance agent as well.
Okay.
I do insurance. I help with any of those financial needs for my clients. Life insurance, auto and home. We partner with other companies with with a lot of different other services. So I do that as well. And then I do that full time. So that's all I do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been
love it.
licensed since 2017. It's COVID.
Yeah. Jumped out there and made a business out of it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Well, thank you for introducing yourself, and we are happy to have part of Angel's team here. Hey, Chantel. I see you just came in. Are you free to talk?
Hey, I'm
Hey.
actually getting ready to go on break here, so in a minute.
Okay.
Glad to be here.
All right. Anybody else before we go ahead and get started? I got a few people messaging saying they're going to jump on shortly. And I don't want to waste anybody's time. Alyssa, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. You
I
got
can't hear it in my
it.
Bluetooth, but hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I
That's
work.
good. So tell us a little bit about yourself and then what you want to get from today.
All right. My name's Alicia Cook. I'm the owner of Cookies House of Soul in Lansing, Michigan. And I'm preparing to get my food truck for next year. Hopefully it'll be opening next year. So I want to find out about payroll and doing my taxes for my business.
Okay. Perfect. I love it. I love it. I think I got everybody. Maya, is it Maya? Did you want to say anything? I know you said you're shy. If not, that's okay. Okay. All right, Angel. If you are ready, I'll go ahead and give you the floor.
I just want to hand it back to you, Desiree, and say thank you for inviting me to speak in the Sis Get Up community. This is an awesome group for motivation and inspiration. I never knew I was surrounded by so many business owners until I became active in a group. So you guys are in the right space. If you ever need some encouragement, Desiree, she is awesome. She is awesome, awesome, awesome. Her reels really do inspire me and help me get through the day. She's all about the word of God. So you are a true believer. Keep following Desiree because she gonna get you right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you again for allowing me to speak. Also, she was my publisher. A lot of you guys may not know I am the author of Healthy Money Habits as well, which is found on Amazon. And she helped me create that beautiful journal. So if you guys are looking to write a book or get some type of journal or planner form, she is the go-to. Okay. All righty, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and give me just pull my presentation up. I'll tell you all a little bit about me. Okay. Now let me find you all again. I always have problems doing that.
And ladies, it's still not too late. If you know a sis that needs to get on, go ahead and tell her to hop on with us. We are just starting.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Move you all out the way so I can get this up and running. Zoom has all these controls that pops up and I can't see my presentation. So, okay, so we're gonna get started. Again, Sis Get Up in Boston is the group that we are in, and you are the community that I'm speaking to. So this presentation is about getting ready for tax. So let's get ready for tax season. My name is Angel Trotter. I am the owner and founder of Better Life Financial. Everybody mute their mics, please. As they come in, we will have room for Q&A at the end. So again, my name is Angel Trotter. I am the owner and founder of Better Life Financial. My mission is to assist individuals with establishing a better life financially. Really simple. About me, January will be my 2nd year being a wife and 6th year being a tax preparer. I'm a mommy of 6 beautiful children, and like I said before, also the author of Healthy Money Habits, which can be found on Amazon. I'm the oldest of 8 siblings and have been in leadership roles all my life, and that is what sparked the light of me being a full-time entrepreneur. I no longer work a 9 to 5. I strictly work from home, preparing taxes and offering other financial services to people who may need my services. So a little story time about how I became a tax preparer. Like I said, I'm the oldest of 8. My mom, she was a single mom. So she struggled a little bit raising us. And I want to say I wasn't a bad child, but I wasn't a good child either. I became pregnant at around 15 years old, had my first baby. And long story short, everybody doubted me. You're not going to graduate high school, all this good stuff, all this bad stuff, right? Putting all their negative energy on me, telling me what I'm not going to do. But I said, I'm going to prove y'all wrong, and not just y'all, prove myself wrong too. So long story short, I graduated high school. After I got out of high school, I became a CNA and a CMT, working at the hospital on the weekends as a patient care tech, taking care of sick people, working for the elderly. One day, I was getting off the bus because I used to catch the bus back and forth to work. I was getting off the bus and I was walking down the street. And if anybody knows Liberty Tax, how they market, they have their guy outside with the big old green hat on and stuff like that. And they're waving you down and they go get your attention. So I'm walking trying to get on the bus or whatever. I'm tired. Well, I'm getting off the bus going home. I'm tired, want to go to sleep. Did a 16-hour. And the guy stopped me. No, the lady stopped me. She was like, hey, do you get a tax refund? And I was like, no, none of that. I don't know what that is. She was like, She was like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 21 years old. She was like, well, where you coming from? I'm not trying to get in your business, but I may can help you. Where are you coming from? I'm like, I'm leaving work. She was like, oh, so you have a job? And I was like, yeah, I got a job. And she was like, well, do they take federal taxes out of your check? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I wasn't educated. I didn't know nothing about finances. The only thing I know was to work a job, take care of my son, pay the bills. That's all I knew. And so she was like, well, do you see that, when you make a certain amount of money that they take a certain amount of money away from you? I'm like, oh yeah, they always take that FICA person, they take my money all the time, And she was like, well, do you have children? I was like, yeah, I have a child. She was like, girl, run up in here. And as I'm walking through the door, she was like, do you attend college, any type of trade school or anything of that nature? I'm like, yeah, I go to school part-time as well. She was like, oh, you are due a tax refund. I'm like, really? So she gets to asking me for my information. She was like, do I have my last paycheck stub? Do I have a W-2? And at that time, I did have the W-2s. I just didn't know what to do with them. And I wasn't educated in the financial industry about taxes, credit, insurance, none of that at the time. And so I'm like, yeah, they're on my phone. They sent these to me, a couple weeks ago. And she was like, what about your school? Do you have a form called 1098-T? And I was like, well, I can look for it. And so I went on the financial aid department portal, and boom, there was my 1098-T form that I need to file my taxes with. So she gets to enter my information, boom. She was like, you are due a $6,000 refund. I'm like, 6,000? I said, that's coming to me? She was like, yeah, girl, you done overpaid in taxes. You probably filled out your W-2 wrong, W-4 form wrong. That's why you're getting this big refund back. You've been paying a lot of taxes. That's probably why you haven't been seeing no money come back. Plus you have a child, and then you qualify for what's called an American Opportunity Tax Credit. And I'm like, what is that? She was like, that's a tax credit that can get refunded to you if you attend college half-time. So I was just like, wow, you for real? This is mine. She was like, yeah, you'll have it in about 4 weeks or so. So I was instantly happy. So she gives me my paperwork and stuff like that, and she's going through everything that I filed. And she was like, your total will be $678. And I'm like, $678. I'm like, I don't have that right now. And she was like, well, it could come out of the tax refund. We can e-file your tax return and it can come out of the tax refund. I said, so the money can come out the $6,000 that's due to me, and I have the rest of it will be mine. And she was like, yeah. So me walking out the door, grabbing my paperwork and stuff, just excited, waiting to get that $6,000 because I'm 21 years old. That's kind of big, you know what I'm saying, to a person who's working a job and never seen that lump sum of money at once or whatever. So I'm walking out the door, I'm just thinking like, Dad, she charged me $678, and I see all these other people walking through the door, sitting at her desk, and I said, I'm gonna try to become a tax professional one day. I'm gonna try to see if I can do this and learn this skill, because that's a lot of money. If she charging all these people $678. When I get home, she gives me a call. She's like, oh, I got some bad news, but I got some good news. She was like, someone's been following your son on their tax return for the last couple of years. And I'm like, really? I'm like, so does that mean I'm not gonna get the money? Because I want the money. She was like, no, they didn't. We caught it in time. We hit the deadline before they filed this year. And she was able to tell me who filed my son and all that bad stuff. And I was heated. I already knew something like that may be going on or whatever, but I was able to give my money. So that's how I became a tax preparer. The field that I was in wasn't giving me enough money, wasn't giving me enough time freely to spend with my children. Like I said, I didn't know too much about finances. So there were times I was homeless, living in out of hotels. And when I came across the opportunity to become a tax preparer, I hopped on it, and it has changed my life. And I'm also able to change others' lives just by helping them with their taxes if they're not educated on what they need to do. So this is just like a brief intro training, going over taxes and what you guys need to do to get prepared. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next slide. The topics we'll be going over today is the W-4 form, W-2s, qualifying independence, filing status, IP PIN, business taxes, independent contract work, and how to enter your tax preparer. I didn't put that in the slide, but we'll go over that still. So W-4 form. Anybody know what the W-4 form is? I mean, if we all had a job, I'm pretty sure we filled out a W-4 form. So basically is the W-4 form is the Internal Revenue Service tax form completed by an employee in the United States to indicate his or her tax situation to the employer. The W-4 form tells the employer the correct amount of federal tax to withhold from an employee's paycheck. The W-4 form plays a huge role when determining your tax liability and tax refund. So if you ladies have ever filed your taxes and you didn't get the refund that you expected to get, right? Or you get your W-2 at the end of the year and you realize that you haven't paid in enough taxes. Before you start your next job, or even if you're on a job right now and you don't feel as though that they're taking out enough taxes for you, you can go to this link right here, the IRS Individual Tax Withholding Estimator, and they will give you an estimated tax. They will give you an estimated tax question and ask and let you know how much you need to be paying in taxes and how to fill out the W-4. So I'm going to click on that form right quick. And can you all see it?
Yes.
Okay. So basically how this form works is it's an estimate your federal income tax withholding to see how your refund and take-home pay or tax due are affected by the withholding amount. You choose an estimated withholding amount that works for you. Results are as accurate as the information you enter. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this link. I was supposed to email them, send them to Desiree, but I was behind on time. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link for you ladies in the comment section. If you need help estimating your taxes and filling out that W-4 the right way. So real simple, it tells you what you need. You need your pay stubs for all the jobs. If you're married, your spouse too. Any other income from side jobs or self-employment, if you have a business on the side, investments, and your most recent tax return to be able to use the tax withholding estimator. So anybody have any questions about that? If not, I'll go ahead and go to the next slide.
Ladies, be sure to click on the link and then, save it for later.
Yeah, it's in the comment section. Uh-oh. Steady clicking on my link. Okay. So this is a W-4 form. I wanted to kind of go over it with you all while I have you on the phone, and if you have any questions. So it's been revised. This is the new one. This is how it looks. Real simple. Your personal information. Step 2, multiple jobs. You or your spouse work. Step 3, claim dependents. Now, I want to kind of go over this section because this is really important when it comes to your tax refund. I get clients that come to me and say, well, I filed exempt all year, and why is my tax refund so low? And this is why. You didn't fill out this information correctly, or you didn't put the right amount of dependents on here. And if you file exempt, that's saying that you're exempt for federal withheld taxes. But if you go on here and you fill this out correctly, they will take the proper withholdings from your check. So you see right here, it says if your total income will be more than $200,000 or less than $400,000 if married filing jointly, multiply the number of qualifying children under the age of 17 by 2,000. And the reason is by 2,000 is because you get up to $2,000 for the child tax credit, $1,400, which is refundable for each dependent that you have. So you want to make sure that you're entering in this information correctly. Also, if you feel as though you want a big tax refund, like I tell my clients, do you want more of your money during the year when your paycheck is issued to you, or do you want a huge refund at the end of the year because you've overpaid in federal taxes? Because that's what a refund is. It means that you've overpaid in federal taxes, and so they're refunding it to you because your tax liability is in a lower tax bracket. So if you feel as though you're going to be in a higher tax bracket, maybe over 50K a year, you're still working that job, you want to come over here on box C, it says extra withholding, and you can let them know how much in taxes you want to take out. If you want them to take out an extra $50 or $100, you're able to put that right here. Alrighty, so this is that form. I'll put this in the chat if you guys need it as well. Yep, that's the form to the W-4. And like I said, you guys can change that as much as you want to. And it's good to go over it at least twice a year. So you can make sure you're paying the right amount of federal taxes.
Quick question. So let's say you didn't do that at the beginning, but like halfway through the year, you're like, oh wait, I want to, get more out. Can you do that?
Yeah,
Happy
you
to.
can change your W-4 form whenever. Like I said, just go
Okay.
to your human resource office and ask them, hey, I want to take a look at my W-4. I don't think there's enough taxes being taken out, or oops, I accidentally filed exempt. It's half of the year and I want to start taking out taxes. You have an option to do that. You know, you can pay what you want to pay in federal taxes, but you just know that it's going to affect your tax liability. You know, so I have mothers that go exempt all through the year because they know they're still going to get a refund, but they probably could have got a little higher refund if they would have paid more taxes. But again, it's completely up to you. You know, it's your money.
Gotcha.
Yes, ma'am. So your human resource office has that form.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you file exempt, are you saying that, because this is something that I recently learned, are you saying that you're a qualifying dependent of another when you file exempt?
So when you no, you're not necessarily saying that you're a qualifying dependent of another. What you're saying is you don't want to pay federal taxes right now. And when it's time to file your taxes, you're going to take the W-2 and you're going to report it. You're going to file the information that's on the W-2, and then they're going to tax you on the income that you made during the year. Instead of them taxing you out of each paycheck, they're going to tax you in full on the income at the beginning of the year when it's time to file your taxes. So again, some mothers who have multiple children, they know that they're still going to get a high tax refund at the end of the year if they file exempt. But if they hadn't filed exempt, the IRS, the federal tax agency, would have had to refund them that money that they paid in the taxes because they weren't in that tax bracket. They were in a lower tax bracket. Does that answer your question?
Okay, thank you.
All righty. So speaking of qualifying dependents, let me move this over. Okay, qualifying dependents. So the last couple of years, we were facing a pandemic. We're in a pandemic, and the IRS decided to give us more money for the credits that we qualify for. This year, that's not the same. So I know a lot of you may have saw those. If you got a refund or you follow me on Facebook, you saw me posting about those $16,000 refunds, $12,000 refunds, no more of that this year. And that's because we are back to the way it used to be. And the two credits that parents qualify who have dependents are the child tax credit and the earned income tax credit. So now the child tax credit is back to what it was, which is $2,000 and $1,400 refundable, and it all depends on the income of the person if they qualify for the full amount of the child tax credit. The earned income tax credit is now back to $560. So as long as you have earned income over the standard deduction, if you don't have any children, you still qualify for earned income credit up to $560. One qualifying child, $3,733. Two qualifying children, $6,146. And three or more qualifying children, you are due $6,935 from the earned income tax credit. The IRS defines a qualifying child under the age of 19 or under 24 is a full-time student or any age permanently and totally disabled or qualifying relative. A qualifying dependent can have income that cannot provide more than half of their own annual support. So there's no age limit if your child is permanently disabled or meets the qualifying relative test. So if you know for sure that you got 3 kids, right? And you are the only person in your home, you pay all your bills, and your children live with you or you and your spouse for more than half of that year, and you support them, you qualify for the child tax credit and the earned income tax credit. They are qualifying children, qualifying dependents of yours, right? But say for instance, you take care of a grandmother or a stepdad or a cousin or something like that, and you don't know if they qualify as a relative to claim on your tax return, you can go right here to this site and it'll let you know who may I claim as a dependent. So only thing you need is your status, your relationship to the dependent, the amount of support provided, basic income information such as your adjusted gross income. If no person supplied more than half of the potential dependent support, meaning nobody else, if you take care of that child for half of that year, the terms of any multiple support agreement you may have, you will need that. So this tool is designed to help you understand if the dependent you have qualifies as a dependent for you to claim. I see Chantel has a question. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Chantel.
Thank you. My internet where I'm at is kind of choppy, so if you don't hear me, I'm sorry. I just had, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you went out a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay, so I have a question because I am a divorced mom of 4, and so my ex-husband decided that, and I'm not trying to put my business out there, I just really want to know. So we were doing week on, week off, right? So that would essentially qualify him to be able to claim 2 of the children, right?
So you guys are going week on, week off, right?
Yeah.
So as long as that equaled up to you having them for 6 months and him having them for 6 months, you all need that support agreement, right? But the question is, the support is not the issue. Who did the child live with the majority of the time? You know, what lease was the child on? Was he on your lease? Was he on dad's lease? Or was it both 50-50?
Yeah, it was 50-50. I mean, they were on my lease like forever, and he decided, this year that he wanted to start, when I said I wanted to claim all 4 of them, that's what I wanted to.
So there's something called a tiebreaker rule, right? And so what would happen is, if what you're saying is true, both of you guys claim, have the children for 6 months of the year. The person that gets the earned income tax credit is going to be the person who made the most money for the year.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that you still can't claim that child as a dependent. It just means that you can't get that earned income tax credit. But you can get the child tax credit. And then those returns will have to be mailed in, and the IRS will decide what goes.
Okay.
And then you also want to make sure that you guys, have your proof in case the IRS wants it. You want to make sure that whoever the child's going to, whatever school the child's going to, that you have some type of school records, right? To say that, your name on there, the lease, the occupancy permit. You want to have all that. I don't know who provides the insurance for the child. If you do, you want to have that as well.
Okay. I'm gonna have to talk to you probably afterwards. I don't want to take up everybody's time. Go. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Fine. I'll have a link at the end of the call where you guys can put your information in, and I'm going to call and give you guys a free consultation.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Janice, you have a question? You can unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi, Angel. How you doing?
Hi.
Okay. I get a lot of people asking me if their child works, can they still claim them? Like if you got a 16 or 18-year-old and they work at Walmart or something like that, and they want to know, can they still claim them on their tax return, and can they also file their own self?
So like right here, it says a qualified dependent can have income, but cannot provide more than half of their annual support. So if that dependent has income, right, and they don't provide more of their half of their annual support, they can still file their income from the job in case they may have paid like some, you know what I'm saying, taxes, some taxes came out of. They can still try to file that or whatever so they can get the taxes that they paid into it back to them. But you want to make sure you're talking to that dependent and that parent and letting them know if they do file their own tax return or whatever, that they mark in the on the form 8867 where it says, can someone else claim me as a dependent? They want to make sure that they check that question. And the reason why they want to check that question is so the parent can go back and claim that child tax credit for that dependent, for them living in that household and them being head of that household. Does that answer your question? Do you understand?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sis. All righty, I don't think I see any more questions. Let me make sure I don't want to leave nobody out. Okay. All righty, so yep, that's it on the qualifying. Did I put that in the chat, the qualifying relative chat? I mean link. I don't think I did.
Nope, I don't think you dropped that last one. Nope.
Okay, let me go back. Well, it's right here. I'm gonna click on it. I'll highlight this real quick. Because even though you may have a professional file your taxes, you want to already have some background knowledge on what you're doing. Okay, there it goes. So that's the link to the qualifying dependents. All righty, so again, like if y'all think about the story I just told you about me going into the office and the lady was telling me that my son had already been claimed on someone else's taxes. We don't want this to happen this year. You know, people laugh when they see this meme or whatever. It says when your baby daddy claim the kids on his taxes first. Look, if those kids don't live with him more than half of the year, and they are not on his lease and he does not support them, he cannot claim them as a dependent. But do they? Yes, they do. They will go to a tax preparer who won't ask for no proof just because they want to get the money from him paying them to prepare their taxes, and they'll go ahead and do it. I had a couple clients. She just client of mine last year, she just had a new baby. She had a new baby December the 1st, 2021. She's not even with the child's father. The child's father hasn't even seen the baby but one time when he came to the hospital. And he was able some type of way to file. He had to have a baby social security number if he was able to file the baby. But he went and filed the baby on the tax return. And as soon as I put her information in to claim her dependents, it rejected it. It said duplicate dependent already has been claimed. And so she was like, how? I don't know how you got the social security number. How? And she called and asked him. I said, well, let's make sure it was him first, because it could have been a mama, a grandmama, because of anybody who got your information. They could have claimed your child. So she got down to the wire and figured out that it was the child's father. He's like, yeah, because they told me I was going to get like 16,000. I was going to break you out some bread. And look, none of that mattered. You didn't qualify. That baby did not live with you more than half of it. She was in her mama's womb. You know what I'm saying? She was in her mama's womb, so she had the hospital papers, everything, last name. So me and my client are fighting because if this happens, we have to mail in the tax return now. We got to mail it in to show the IRS that, boom, here's her lease. She is head of household. Here are the hospital papers. Here's the doctor's information. Here are her social security cards. Here's her utility bills. Here's what you need to know that she qualified to claim head of household and claim this as a dependent. We have to mail that off. And then that takes a time. That takes a while. That takes, oh my goodness, up to maybe 18 weeks sometimes for that tax return to finally pay out. So to avoid this, if you feel as though someone may try to claim your child on your tax return, or it may even try to file you or your information on the tax return, you want to get an IP pin, an identity protection pin. And what that does is it gives you a pin that they will mail to you, usually around November, December. And you'll be able to give that to your tax preparer to put on your tax return. And no one else will be able to file that dependent or you without this identity protection pin. So I put the link here. If you all signed up this year for IP pin, you should be getting them in the mail real soon if you don't have them. But if not, the IRS opens back up January 9th. So like me and my company, we can start preparing taxes January 2nd, right? The IRS isn't open. What we're simply doing is sending the file to the bank to see if you all can get approved for cash advances. Here at Better Life Financial, we offer cash advances up to $250 to $6,000 that you can get the next day if you haven't had a debt with the bank that we're going through. But if somebody gets to that tax return before January 9th and claims those dependents, we are kind of out of luck. But again, I'm here to help you fight that. But hopefully that won't be the issue for none of you all. If you need the IP pin, you can go to this link and it'll let you know how to get an IP pin, and you'll be able to get that information online. So I'm going to drop this link in a comment for you all. If anybody has any questions about that, go ahead and unmute yourself. Right, never see that baby want to claim him. Got his nerves. Got his nerves. And that happens. Even grandmothers feel as though, hey, you know, I done got you some money. I'm claiming that baby on my tax return. No, that's not how that goes. It is
So,
rules.
Angel, I was wondering, when you do the IP pin, do you have to renew that each year, or that'll be your pin moving forward?
So you get a new pin each year and they send you out a new pin each year. So if you haven't received it, by the time that you do your taxes, you can simply give them a call. But as soon as you fill out this application, it's a little video right here that'll show you how to do it. As soon as you fill it out, they should submit you the IP pin. But I'm guessing it's down right now because, you know, the IRS is always updating their systems, stuff like that. So the service won't be available again till January 2023.
Okay,
Yep,
thank
you.
you.
Get a new one every year. You're welcome. Let's go back to the slide. Oh, this is really big. I didn't expect it to be this big, but y'all get the picture. Okay. So to the left of me, I have a form 1099 NEC. And that form is for independent contractors. Let me move this out the way. So the 1099 NEC form, it'll look just like that. It reports your earnings from contract work. You filled out a W-9 form before starting this position, and taxes were not taken out of your income. This form needs to be filed with your taxes. So say for instance, you work for Uber or Amazon Freight, or you're an insurance agent, or you're a tax professional, right? The company that you're contracted through should submit this to you by January 30th. And it'll look like this is a 1099 NEC form, and it has the non-employee composition number, right? And usually it's no federal taxes withheld. So you have to file this form on your taxes. And what'll happen is it'll go into a form Schedule C, and you're able to, the income will transfer to a form Schedule C, and any business expenses that you had to operate the business, you will be able to write off. So if you guys work for any credit agencies, any rideshare companies, anywhere where you filled out that W-9 form, that company should be sending you that 1099 NEC to report your earnings from your contract work. Form 1099K. That's exactly how it looks. It cut off a little bit, but Form 1099K includes the gross amount of all reportable payment transactions. You will receive a Form 1090K from each payment settlement entity from which you receive payments in settlement of reportable payment transactions. If you made over $600, you will need this form, which needs to be filed along with your tax return as well. So we have business owners out here, and they use Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Square, any of those companies, as long as you made over $600, they will send you out a 1099-K that needs to be filed with your tax return. The IRS already knows about these forms. If you filled out tax forms to be able to generate this income on these forms, the IRS already has them. So I get some clients that try to hide it for whatever reason because they know the more income they report, the higher the tax liability may be. But if you have an educated tax professional and they should inform you that, yeah, even though you have a certain amount of income, if you don't report that income, and that just reminds me, I totally skipped the slide. So I'm gonna have to go back to this slide. But if you don't report your income, that's the number one trigger of an audit, not reporting income. So we want to report our income, especially over $5,000 over $500 and you have dependents, because you want to make sure we're not getting in any trouble with the IRS. Let me go back to the slide. I do not know how I skipped over this slide, but I'm going to go back. Did I go over this slide? The W-2 slide? Somebody?
I don't think so.
Right, yeah, I totally skipped this slide. My apologies. So let's go over the W-2 form. Employers have until January 30th, 2023 to send all W-2s. You want to file all income because why? Missing income is the number one trigger for audit. So you may be wondering, well, what if I don't receive my W-2? We're going to click on this link to see what the IRS says. What's wrong with it? Oh man, I won't click. Oh, give me a little second to see if I can make this click. Nope. Sorry, turn it down, please. Let me see if I can find it. Because I really want to go over this with you all. Because I get asked this question so many times. Oh, boom, here it goes. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so haven't received your Form W-2 yet, the IRS can help. It's tax time and you need your W-2 form to file your taxes, to file an accurate federal tax return. If your employer hasn't sent you the form yet, contact them and ask them for a copy. So this is the reason why you see tax pros posting. Make sure your identifiers are up to date. If you have any past employers, you want to make sure you call them and see if they have your updated address, because a lot of the times we move throughout the year and we forget about those jobs that we maybe worked about a month or two, right? But like I said, the IRS knows about the income and you need to report it. So you want to call HR first. If you haven't received, the law says that the IRS, your employers have until January 30th to send out that W-2. So if you're in a rush to file your taxes and whatever the case may be, they haven't sent your W-2, you want to make sure you call the employer first. If the employer say, hey, well, I sent it out to the old address, it's basically lost, it's too late. So just a FYI, I know it's already late it's December, but if you haven't, please call those employers and update your address in the Human Resources Office so you can get that W-2. If they don't want to comply with you and you're unable to get your W-2 form from the employer, you want to contact the Internal Revenue, the IRS service. You're going to write this number down, 800-TAX-1040. The IRS will contact your employer and payer for you and request the missing information. You want to let the IRS know your name, address, social security number, phone number, the employer's name, address, and phone number, the date you worked for the employer, an estimate of your wages, the federal income tax withheld. And then you can also use your final pay stub to figure these amounts if you fill out this form 4852. So Hold on, let me go back. Sorry, guys. Take her upstairs. Sorry. That's my baby in the background. So I'm gonna put this link in the comments for you all as well, in case any of your employers try to play with y'all and don't want to send you the W-2 because they mad to quit the job, or they just want to be petty, or you didn't take the initiative to update your address. You can contact them first, then contact the IRS, and if that doesn't work for you, go ahead and send that form out. So I'm gonna put that in the chat for you guys. Find the chat. Okay, here we go. All righty, so that PDF is in the chat, and we can get back to the presentation. I don't know, I guess I was going too fast. They'll come in here, I'm on a call, guys. Okay, shut the door. Okay, so business owners and side hustlers. So I heard you guys were introducing yourself. Some of you all are insurance agents, have rental income, and that is lovely, lovely, lovely. So these are just a couple of examples of what some business owners and side hustles are. You know, we may have some authors, hairstylists, babysitters, nail tech, ride share. And ride share, I don't know, I get a lot of people that don't know that just because they drive Uber or Amazon, that, you know, that they're independent contractors and that they need to claim their income on their tax return, and also write off those business expenses associated with the business. What happens is a business expenses anything ordinary and necessary to make your business get a profit, to make your business profitable. So these are just some real simple categories that I want you guys to write down and think about when it's time to file your taxes, because you have business expenses to help you get that business up and running. Even if it's not established as an LLC, a sole prop, C-prop, whatever, even though it's not established and you just are, you know, making money from the business, you still want to report their income because it can help your tax bracket. And so yeah, like I said, these are just a few of the most seen business expenses. Marketing. A lot of people, when it comes to marketing, they miss stuff like their website hosting fee. A lot of people pay monthly for a website, and you need your website to be able to market your business. Business cards, t-shirts, flyers, Facebook ads, social media ads, whatever you do to market your business, that is a tax write-off, and it needs to go in that category. Supplies, say for instance, we have a hairstylist, you know, anything she uses, anything she purchased to be able to do her client's hair, even if it's hair, a lot of people provide the hair, that's a tax write-off. Any type of oil, grease, combs, rubber bands, styling tools, all of those are tax write-offs. Legal and professional fees, you may have got your business registered, so that fee that you pay for the LLC, the EIN, your articles of operation, if you had to hire a lawyer, get a notary, all that's a tax write-off. The home office deduction. So we have business owners that don't have physical office spaces. Like right now, I have an office space in my home that I use strictly and solely for my office, right? I purchased lights, I purchased a mic, I purchased two monitors, I purchased a green screen, a whiteboard. I need all of that to be able to run my business. But you also can write off the square footage of the office and your internet bill if you use the office for your home-based business. And again, I went over some office expenses, and also travel. A lot of people forget travel. If you're traveling to a vendor event, that's a tax write-off. If you're going out of town for a business meeting or a seminar or anything like that, that hotel stay is a tax write-off. The food you ate is a tax write-off. Anything gas for the Uber, if you needed to pay for an Uber or rental car, all of those are tax write-off for that business trip. And like I said, it's plenty. It's so many business expenses that business owners miss out of. And I have a whole sheet with different business expenses that may cater to your industry, and also a profit and loss sheet to help you get organized for the upcoming tax season if you need. So like I said in the beginning, this was like a really simple intro to help you guys get ready for the tax season. And I just want to thank you, sis, for joining me. All of you guys that came on this call today will receive a free consultation, a free travel voucher to either Cabo, Bali, Cancun, Las Vegas, or Puerto Vallarta. What happens is I'll send you that tax voucher once I get off the phone. You have 7 days to activate the voucher. It doesn't mean you have to take the trip in 7 days, but you have 7 days to activate the voucher and pay the taxes on the room first. So for example, like for Vegas, it's 4 nights, 3 days, only $99 for the taxes on the room. That's a big discount. So in order to get these vouchers and that free consultation from me, or if you need any more, if you have any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my job form in the comments so you guys can contact me. Let me copy and paste it in the comments for you all. Alyssa said, I keep all my receipts. Please do, sis, because this year the IRS is not playing. They're not playing when it comes to due diligence. And if you're, that's what I wanted to go over, and I didn't put in a slide, basically how to interview your tax preparer if you have somebody that's filing taxes for you. So let me get back on camera. Wait, I want to see you all. What's wrong with my thing? Give me a second. Can everybody see me? Desiree, can you see me?
Yep, I can see you. Sorry, I was on the form.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Oh, let me.
Yep, I can see you. Do you see us?
Hold on, something's weird is happening. Wait just a second.
Ladies, don't miss out on the trips and then also this free consultation. Like, yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to fix something on. Okay, there we go. I can see all of you guys now. Okay. Yeah, so the IRS is not playing about due diligence this year. Like I said before, the last couple of years, we had all those increased credits, right? They gave us extra money for those credits. We had the look back credit, we had the 7202 credit, we had that child dependent care credit that gave us $1,600 if you qualify. None of that is happening again this year, and they want their money back. They want to see if you really qualify. So this year, if your tax preparer is not asking you for a lease, it's not asking you for your receipts, and just putting information in the system, telling you they just gonna throw a business on your tax preparer, you want to stay away from them. Ask them, do they have a peak? Ask them how many tax preparers have they prepared? Ask them what type of continuing education training do they get? Are they updated with the tax laws? Because you don't want anybody just filing your taxes. If they throw a Schedule C on there and the IRS decides to audit it and you haven't been keeping up with your receipts and they haven't helped you reconstruct that income for that year, and the IRS writes you say, hey, prove this to me. Prove to me that you spent $2,000 in marketing, but you throw away your receipts and you don't have no type of proof. If you don't prove that in 30 days, that's a $560 audit that you may have to pay for submitting that information. So again, everybody on here, you want to make sure that you have your receipts. Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, all of them are going to send you 1099-K forms to show the profit that you made, right? It's not going to show you the expenses unless you use your Cash App solely for business expenses. Cash App gives us a ledger every month. I know they send me one, and it shows me, what I spent, and who sent me money for what. But you want to make sure that you guys are reconstructing your income, putting what you spent in those business expenses, and being prepared when it's time to file your taxes. Because if you're prepared when you go to a tax professional, the fees could be lower, right? I get clients that come to me all the time and they're not prepared, and I have to send them the profit and loss sheet, and I have to reconstruct their income and go through bank statements and say, okay, I see some business cards, I see some t-shirts. Hey, was this just for a family reunion or was this for a business trip? You know, what was it for? Because they're using their personal and business account. They're all over the place, unorganized with their business. And that's okay, especially being a first time business owner. I was unorganized. I was going to Cash App. I was using my personal account. I was getting money from everywhere to the next year when it's time for me to file my taxes. It was a little bit time consuming for me. So I said, nope, I went and got my business registered. I opened up my business bank account and I used that one debit card for my business purchases. So yes, keep all your receipts, ladies. If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and unmute your mics. And I'm here to answer. Other than that, I am finished with my presentation. I put my job form in the comments for you all to fill out and receive your travel vouchers. I see Danielle has a question. Go ahead, Danielle, unmute yourself.
Is there anywhere where you can see what the max write-off for every category is?
The max write-off for every category. So if you have a physical office space, 100% of your business expenses is deductible, right? It's, if you have, regardless if you have an office space, and you have marketing material or supplies that you use for your business, that cost that you spend is 100% tax deductible.
Okay, well, I filled out the form with you.
Okay, all right, then y'all give you a call. Thank you for joining me.
About 700 of us, so good luck.
Okay, I'm ready for it. I have a whole team that's prepared for the influx, so we are ready and trained for you all. Maya, you have a question?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So earlier we were talking about W-2s. Okay, I'm a business owner. So I have a house, but my tax guy, the one that prepped my tax, said that I cannot claim storage area in my house for my business because it does not have anything at my house. Like it doesn't have any legal written that my business is operated at home. Is that true, or can I claim it?
So you have basically you have a storage unit where you store things for your business in your home?
I have not a storage unit, downstairs. I use my downstairs to store all my supplies, and then at work it's just very little supplies. So can I still claim downstairs? Like,
So yeah, if your downstairs area is your only area in your home where you operate your business from, yes, you can. We can write off that home office deduction based off the square footage of that room. We're able to write off 20% of that room space. And also we're able to write off like you said, you store stuff for business in that room. So if you have any equipment, we're able to depreciate that equipment on your tax return over the 3 years, depending on what type of equipment it is. Whatever you have stored down there and it's for the use of business, it doesn't matter if you don't have your business registered, as long as we have that proof. You have documentation that, boom, I bought this and this is for my business. You know, that's all the IRS really needs to see. Yes, it is better, and it makes the IRS, I want to say, if you have your LLC, you have your EIN, you have your business registered, and the IRS goes on there and they see all that, they're less likely to mess with you because they know that you registered this business in 2020 and they want you to make a profit. Because if you don't make a profit from your business within 3 years, they're going to deem that business a hobby. So we expect you to buy things to operate your business. Remember, business expenses, anything ordinary and necessary for your business. So if those items that are in your basement is necessary for you to operate your business, then yes, ma'am, you can write them off. Does that answer your question, Maya?
yes, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Anybody else? Walinda, I think. I don't want to say your name wrong.
You got it right the first time. It's Walanda.
Walanda, okay, how are you doing?
Good. I just had a question. I have been driving for DoorDash probably for the past 3 months or so, since about October. But I hadn't registered a business. I want to register my LLC, but I was wondering, would it be profitable for me to register my LLC but be taxed as an S corp?
For you said you worked for, you said it was, what was it, Uber, DoorDash?
I've been driving for DoorDash, but I'm going to be expanding into like medical couriers and things like that. Basically, just delivering stuff.
So
So-
no, not for this year. If you want to register your business, go right ahead. I offer that service as well. But if you want to register your business, go right ahead, but not for an S corp or a C corp, because you don't have any employees right now that you're hiring. So you're only just reporting the income that you made from the business. You haven't hired any contractors, you haven't hired any W-2 workers, you're not paying any insurance for any workers, so you don't necessarily need to file as an S corp or C corp. Now, when you get there and your income is over, I want to say 100K, and you have employees that you hired and vehicles that you purchased, then you want to go ahead and file your taxes. S corp and C corp is not a business registration. It is how you file your business taxes, right? So you get the chance to file the business, the taxes on the business and taxes on you as an employee, based off what you paid yourself as a business. So for right now, you just need to take that 1099 NEC form that they're going to give you and file on your taxes, which will generate into a Schedule C. And any business expenses that you had to be able to operate that vehicle, gas, maintenance supplies, car washing, car air fresheners, candy for your passengers, with all of those are tax write-off. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, so I know you can file as a regular LLC but be taxed as an S corp, but you're saying that it might be better to just write off the deductions, because what I understood as far as being taxed under an S corp is that you would only be taxed on whatever your salary or your income would be. So I wouldn't be taxed on everything. I would only be taxed on, what I paid myself.
And that's for, so have you made over 100K? I thought you just said.
Absolutely not. So I won't need it unless I made over 100K. And
Right.
just do deductions instead.
You just started 3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's no need to. Your taxes is only gonna be 10%. And then you also said you work a W-2 job, right?
Yes.
Right. So have you paid federal taxes out of that W-2 income?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yeah, it's no need to. We only want to do that once we get over that 100K mark and we're hiring employees, and we're paying for insurance for them, and you're purchasing different vehicles for those employees to work for your ride share company. That's a total different ball game. Those are corporation taxes. But for right now, you don't even have an LLC, you know what I'm saying, or an EIN. You are an independent contractor and only needs to report that 1099 NEC on their Schedule C. That's it.
Okay, thank you. That was perfect.
My pleasure. So if no one else has any questions for me, again, I thank you all for joining the call. Thank you all for your support, especially my tax sisters that are on this call today. My best friend is on this call. I love all of you all. Thank you for coming on here and supporting me. Desiree, do you have anything else to say?
That was it. I got my schedule with you, so I'm excited, and
Okay.
thank you so much. It was powerful. You broke it down in an amazing way. So thank you, sis.
My pleasure. Thank you, everybody. You guys have one.
Right. You as
I got
well.
a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Was this recorded?
Yes, this
Yes.
is, yes. Thank you, sis. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for coming. Even those of you who are on Angel's team, listen, come and be in the group. We do so many amazing things. Make sure that you guys are what is it, y'all? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that is where the replays are at. I'll send that in the group once this downloads, and so make sure you guys are in there. Make sure that you guys are letting me know what you want to see, and just coming and supporting. Our biggest thing is we want to serve, we want to be in community, we want to help our sisters grow, and we want to boss. And so thank you guys for being here again. This is recorded. I'll send that in the group, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Thank you again, Angel.
That's right. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, ladies.